Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Ashley Armstrong and I'm going to walk you through how to manually create a parent-child relationship listing. It's quite simple, so just bear with me as I walk you through. So obviously you're going to start inside your Seller Central account, and what we're going to do is we're going to add a product. So you can use the other side or you can just click this button right here, whichever works best for you. And we're going to be picking a product, we're going to be creating a brand new listing, and what we're doing right now is we're creating a parent placeholder. And think of a parent placeholder like a book cover that holds all the listing pages together. Now, when you're creating a parent-child relationship, if you're going to be including an FBA, the single FBA product in your parent-child relationship listing, then you're going to want to make sure you have the exact same category. So in any case, you can go right back over to a product, and let's say I'm going to do this product. So I'm going to go to this page, and I can quickly find out what that is right here. Super simple. All right. Now we're going to go back over into Seller Central, back to the Add Product. We're going to create a brand new product listing. We're going to input the same browse tree pathway, find the category, and I'm just going to pick this one. This is just a test one. Okay, now if you are creating a parent-child relationship where it's all FBM products, they're all these brand new product listings, then you can pick whatever category you see fit that of course works with the product that you're going to be uploading. But again, as I said before, if you were adding a FBA to the parent-child relationship, make sure you're using the exact same browse tree pathway or category. So best thing that you can do for this particular section, again, think of this like a file folder, and you're going to be putting the name on the top of the file folder. So in this case, I'm going to say this is going to be thermometers, and I'm not spelling that right. There we go. Bundles. So we know what this is because they're going to shrink up and be all kind of held in together. So you're kind of giving it a little bit of a title there. So brand name, you're going to pick whatever your brand name and your manufacturer is. And in some cases, depending on the category, it might ask you for a few other options, but try not to put them in there until the very end because a lot of times you don't need it. And normally you put in a UPC code for a product ID, but this is not a product listing. We are creating like the parent placeholder, which again is like a book cover that's going to hold all your listing pages together. So you just put it in the product name and the brand name and the manufacturing name, and we'll see if this will disappear in a second. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the variations. So the variation theme, every category and subcategory, they all have different variation theme options. So of course, not one size fits all. You will have to pick the best one for what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And a lot of times what we recommend that you do is take a look in your category and see if there's any other parent-child relationship listings to see how they are displayed. Sometimes they are displayed where it's a button with just a number, like a 1, 2, or 3, which is like a count. Theme size, where it's just saying there's one of those, or there's 2 of those, or there's 3 of those, like 1 pack, 2 pack, 3 pack. Sometimes they have other ones where it's color, where you can pick like blue, yellow, red, so on and so forth. And in this case, sometimes it will show just the word yellow in the button, or sometimes it will show you a tiny little thumbnail of what the product looks like. So sometimes what you need to do is just sort of play around with it, and you can set up a parent-child relationship with just one listing as a test run. And then after about 15 minutes, 30 minutes or so, when Amazon brings them all together, you can go back and take a look at the listing page to see if it's showing the way you would like it to show. And if it's not showing the way that you would like it, just contact Seller Central and have them separate the parent-child for you on your behalf. Otherwise, in most cases, you'll end up deleting the whole listing and have to start again from scratch of creating a new listing and so on and so forth. So to keep things easy for you, we do recommend that you test it out with one listing, see how it looks, if you like it, and then of course you can contact Seller Central and give them the parent placeholder ASIN, and then of course the listing ASIN and SKU of what you want to separate and detach, and then you can go back in and retach it again by picking a different variation theme name. So in a lot of cases, What I usually end up picking to try to keep it sort of generalistic is size name, because when you pick size name in most categories, again, not every category, you're able to use up to about 20 characters to write a description of what that option is. So this is great for multi-packs as an example, or you can put like 1 pack as the button name, or 2 pack as the button name if you want to do it, basically like that. And or it could be, yeah, say probiotics plus prebiotics or something along those lines. And this one is 2 probiotics plus 1 prebiotics, or whatever it might be, whatever your combination, your mix and match bundle combination is going to be, you can add it in there. So this one is going to say it's 1 red sock plus 1 black sock, and that's going to be sort of a button name. So that's sort of one option. When you are going to be roping in an FBA product that already exists, the very first button should be your FBA product. So let's just say your FBA product is, I'm already in socks. Let's start with socks. It's going to be 1 black sock. Can't spell today. 1 black sock, or 1 pack. And the next one's going to be 1 red sock, and 1 black sock. I think is what I already got in there. Yeah. So those are going to be my 2 variations. So 1 black sock or 1 pack or whatever it is that you want to put in here is going to be your FBA. I'm just going to put FBA just so you can see it. And then the other one's going to be your very first bundle. So once you have the button names figured out here, you're going to click Add Variations. Now, the only thing that you do have to take into consideration is this particular, these boxes, they go by numerical or alphabetical order. So if you have a 1 and a 2 and a 3, then generally speaking, it's going to show up on the Amazon.com detail page in order of 1, 2, and 3. If you have, a 1 pack, and then you're going to be, so there's 1 pack of socks, and then this one you're going to take the 1 out, and it's going to be red and black sock, and then blue and black sock, or whatever, without the numbers, they won't necessarily show up in the order that you're putting them in these boxes. Again, it's done by numerical or whatnot. So an easy way to kind of keep your bundles in order, especially for your multi-pack bundles, a lot of times you can just do, A, the next one's going to be B, and then whatever it's going to be, and then C, and then whatever it's going to be. And then that way you know that they are going to show up on the Amazon.com detail page in order that you want it to show up in. Otherwise, again, the 1, 2, and 3 will, do that, or, alphabetical, so, letter A or letter B or letter C, so on and so forth. So again, when you do add them in here, they can show up on the Amazon.com detail page all scrambled and not in order that you wanted them to because of the numerical or alphabetical aspect. So once you get that figured out, you're going to click on Add Variations. Now, like everything else, we do highly recommend that you get yourself organized before you even get to this part. So you have a spreadsheet and you're going to write down, the SKU of the products, and then create a new SKU for your bundle combination. So if it's like 1 black and 1 blue sock, then it could be 1 BLK dash 1 BLU, and then SOCK or whatever, whatever sort of SKU identification code you can give yourself, so that when you're looking at the SKU of your brand new bundles that you're creating, you know exactly what is in that listing. It'll be very easy for you to understand what combination of what products are going to be in that particular listing. So again, get yourself organized, get the spreadsheet out, and try to get all this information, the price down, the SKU down, the UPC code that you're going to be using for that bundle, the title, the bullets, the description. Keep it all in one space so you stay organized, and then once you get to this part, all you're doing is copying and pasting. So in this case, 1 black sock already exists, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to be grabbing the SKU, and you're going to be grabbing the ASIN. Let's see. So we're going to go back over to Manage Inventory, and we're going to go to the product listing, and I'm going to go to the FBA one, and we know it's the FBA one because you can't change the inventory. So I'm going to grab the SKU. This product already exists, so I'm going to go there, and I'm going to put the SKU of the FBA item in. Now the product ID, Again, we're going to go back over to the inventory and I'm going to grab the ASIN. This listing already exists, so this information is already provided to us. And then the product ID type, we're going to pick ASIN because, again, we're using ASIN. Of course, it's going to be new, whatever that item price is, so $19.99. And technically, this is your FBA product, so you can keep the inventory to 0. And all inventory to 0 actually, so later on once you are ready you can update the inventory level to make the listings live and active. But when you are roping an FBA product in with an FBM, sometimes after you go through this process, Seller Central will change your FBA listing to FBM and you'll have to change it back to FBA. Very simple. All it is a click of a button on the right hand side by the edit button of the listing. And sometimes it will keep it FBA and keep this one FBM. It really depends on what your automatic settings are for your Seller Central account. If all new listings are going to be uploaded as FBA, then it should stay. If all new listings are going to be uploaded as FBM, then you're going to have to make some changes on that particular aspect. So another thing you're going to want to take into consideration, which is why we recommend that you have all this in a spreadsheet format, is when you are creating a parent-child relationship. And because this FBA product listing already exists in Seller Central, once you rope them all together into a parent-child relationship, Seller Central is going to change the listing title of your FBA product. So make sure you have the title copied before you do this, because you will have to go back in and edit the title of your FBA item. Now, the second product here, this is going to be our multi-pack. It's going to be 2 different items that we have in inventory. If this product listing already exists in Seller Central, so say you already uploaded it, then you're going to do the same thing that you had done for the FBA item. Because the product listing already exists, it already has a SKU inside Seller Central, and it already has an ASIN inside Seller Central because you had already created it. If you have not created it in Seller Central yet, you can create it here, which is great. So again, spreadsheet, whatever SKU that you created. So this one's going to be, I'm going to say it's going to be red SCK for sock dash BLK sock. So I know for a fact that this has 1 red sock and 1 black sock. It's very identifiable. I'm already using these short forms with a lot of my other inventory. And so the product ID in this particular case, because this listing does not exist yet, I'm going to be putting in a UPC code. So whatever your UPC code is, I'm going to put a bunch of numbers, and then we're going to pick UPC. Of course, it's going to be brand new, and whatever this is going to be, so it could be $25.99. And again, you can keep the inventory, the quantity inventory at 0 because we do not want the listing to go live yet. We want it to go live when we're ready for it. So again, if the listing already exists, please put in the existing seller SKU and the ASIN that you will find inside your Manage Inventory section. And if the listing does not exist yet, you can add your created SKU that you have in your spreadsheet. You can add the UPC code and just pick the appropriate drop down for whichever option you're going to be doing. Of course, new. Put in whatever the price is going to be and keep the quantity at 0. Again, when you are doing this, Seller Central is going to change the title of your existing listing, and you will have to go back in and you will have to edit it later. And sometimes if you have an FBA item inside the parent-child relationship, Seller Central can change your FBA to FBM, and you just have to change it back to an FBA listing. So quite simple. All right, so if your particular category allows you to do the bare minimum basics, then you should be able to click and save and finish, excuse me. And in this case, they're asking us for a little bit more information. So unit count, I'm going to put 1, and unit count type is going to be a count. And then at that very moment in time, let's go back over here. Let's see, and value specified is invalid. Oh, well, it's because I don't have a proper UPC code number in there. Once that information is in there, then you will be able to click your save and finish. I'm not going to do it in this case because this is just a test dummy to play with it all. But as you can see here, the screen section is popped up down below because it understands that this listing already exists and that we will be roping these 2 together here. But anyways, so you get to see how that works. So once you had clicked save and finish, you're going to have to give yourself 15 minutes or so. And then after 15-30 minutes, what you'll end up seeing inside your dashboard is you're going to see these little tabs here. Again, this is the parent placeholder, which is a book cover that holds all the pages together. You can understand that that's there because one will say variations, and it will show you how many listings are in that variation, or again, the placeholder there. And there will be no information regarding inventory or pricing or anything along those lines. And all you have to do is click the down button, and it will show you the products that are in that parent-child relationship. They rope them all together, just like that. And it's quite simple, quite organized, and you can easily figure out what products what by keeping your parent placeholder title very short and simple as to what the product's going to be. It does not have to be the whole title that you are seeing there. And that's how you create a parent-child relationship with an existing FBA product and or creating a brand new listing right from scratch as well. Hope that helps. Have a fabulous day.